Hey guys, Mike from Nielsen Enterprises, and today we're going to talk about the Manitou. This is the Explorer. They call this the 22 plus 4, and I'll show you what the plus 4 is in a second. Let's hop on board and we'll show you around. So on board the 22-foot Manitou, you've got some bench seats up front. These all have storage in them. You can lift these up. The storage does go through, so you can put longer items in between if you'd like. Moving back, this does have two captain's chairs on this floor plan. You can get different style seating arrangements. You can get a switchback seating where this seat is a switchback where it can be a bench to lay forward or lay back. There are different options. The captain seating is nice if that's something you like. You have more of a center console, if you will. There's a glove box here, and then obviously your driver's helm here. You have a ski locker. The ski locker is huge. It is stored inside the center pontoon. Stops about here and goes up almost to the helm there, a little past the helm. Plenty of room for skis if you so desire, and plenty of other things. Back here, same sort of arrangement as the front. You've got bench seating. This does flip back if you want to sit here and enjoy the max deck, which we'll talk about in a second. This does flip up, and then this comes out for a table. So you have no table to store, no pole to store, and super easy to use. So let's come back here. We'll show you what the real seller is on this specific boat. What I'm standing on is the plus 4 section. So looking below me, you've got 4 feet of swim platform, and even included over here, you have the link system. So if you already have the coolers or any of the accessories made from BRP or Sea-Doo, you can attach them here. Here is where you're going to fill your oil / any storage. Again, this one is 2-stroke. Oil consumption is very minimal. They say you can go through an entire season on less than 2.5 gallons of oil. So you really put oil in it and set it for the season. But again, this area here is great. And if you flip these seats back, you can really sit back here and enjoy. If you've got kids and they're jumping off, the propeller is actually under here. So if they're jumping off the boat, you have minimal risk of them jumping off and hitting the actual drive of the boat. So this section, the max deck is only available with the Rotax motor, needless to say, because it fits right under here underneath this deck. This ski pylon is removable. If you don't want to use it, you can remove that. But that's where you would hook up for your water skiers or tubers or anything like that. So let's show you some of the gauges. Sitting at the helm, you've got your Fusion radio. You've got speakers in front and speakers in the rear. You can split the audio by sections if you want front louder or rear louder. You have that option. You got your wireless charger here. You can charge your phone wirelessly and makes a great place to store your phone. You've got a tilt steering wheel. And then you've got your Garmin gauge system. This is basically the brains of it all. There are countless different ways you can customize this. We'll get into that in a second. You've got all your buttons down here for your controls, your lights, your docking lights. Your USB button is going to activate this, as well as all the USB outlets and power outlets around the boat. And you do have 2 bilge pumps. You've got one in the ski locker, and you've got one a little further back. Those are in the center pontoon. The reason you have the bilge pumps, you normally don't have that on a pontoon boat, but because the ski locker is open and that's actually storing something inside that center pontoon, gives you the option to get any water out from rain or from people jumping on the boat. So let's talk about the gauges for a minute. This system is pretty incredible. Depending on what your style is and what your preferences are, you can change this to whatever. As far as the engine goes, you can use your traditional style gauges. You can change the orientation of them. If you're looking for more navigation, obviously this is not going to show me, I'm not on the water in this second, so it's going to show me a little differently, but it will show you exactly where you are on the lakes, and it will show you, paths, and it gives you actually some actual navigation. It does show you hazards, which if you're a Chain of Lakes boater, that's, well, there you go. Look at all those hazards. So it's actually pretty intuitive. If you go back home, you can also do what they call numbers. And this is my personal preference. It's just the data you need. It gives you your speed, your trim, but you can change this to whatever. Maybe depth is not something that you care about, and you would like to know your engine oil pressure. If that's your thing, obviously it's not running, so it's not going to show me. But what I'm getting at is these are completely customizable, One cool feature I do like is rudder angle. With the max deck and with the Rotax engine, you don't see the outboard. Not that it's a big deal, but you know, if you're parked at a pier and you don't know what way your boat's turned or what it kind of gives you an idea. You're heavy to the right or you're heavy to the left, so you can get an idea of where it is prior to actually putting it into gear. So here, nothing out of the ordinary. You've got your trim here, you've got your forward, your neutral and reverse. If you push the neutral button, it will allow you to rev the engine in neutral for whatever reason. This is all electronically controlled, pretty standard shifting system. So if you're interested in the Manitou pontoon boats, keep in mind you don't have to get the Rotax. You can get a Yamaha, you can get a Mercury, you can get a Suzuki, you can get up to twin outboard motors on the back of these things. It's like building a house. The possibilities are absolutely endless. Reach out to us at Nielsen Enterprises, 847-356-3000, and be sure to follow us and like and subscribe.